everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday night. Let's grab our heavy machine gun. Start playing a little Metal Slug. Alright. Before we do that, we dive in. I'm playing this on the Arcade Stick Pro. I think we're gonna change the controller settings around a little bit. Jesus. I keep getting mixed up with the layout. There we go. Oh. Okay, turn the volume down on this a little bit. Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Welcome wherever you're watching. Live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and live on X. Come join me. You know what? Let's yeah, there we go. That's the ticket.
Metal Slug.
What's in the options?
Metal Slug.
Can we give ourselves more? Well, we'll see if we can. How far we can make it through. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, if you've been watching the channel, you know I've been on a bit of a Neo Geo kick recently. And
Heavy machine gun.
I'll save you, Dan Richards.
Thank you. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Okay. Heavy machine gun.
No, no.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, damn. Well, there we go. Yeah, so, you know, if you've been watching my channel, you know, I did a review of the Neo Geo Mini, and then, oh no. Then I decided to get, oh, stupid.
Heavy machine gun.
Man, that was stupid on me. I decided to get the freaking
Rocket launcher.
Arcade Stick Pro. And
Rocket launcher.
that was all well and good. I did a little review of that.
Okay.
And I really like it. I'm playing it now.
Rocket launcher.
Oh, wait. I can jump in that? Shit.
Shotgun. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Okay.
And, you know, so I got it. I did a little review.
Machine gun.
And that was all well and good. But, like, one of the buttons was broken when I got it. And so I'm like, well, alright, I'm going to send it back. Here's the, you know, the pros and cons of it. Oh, jeez. Stupid.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I went to return it. I was having the buyer's remorse, right? um,
Heavy machine gun.
anyway, so I called them, or well, I go return it because I got it from Amazon. I figure, okay, well, this will be straightforward. I did the unboxing on the channel, right? And it turned out the returns were not allowed on this item. And I'm like, what? But they were nice enough for some reason. I'll not let me continue there.
Metal slug. Metal slug.
Okay.
Mission 2.
Let's see if we can actually make it through mission 2 this time. Jeez. Stupid of me. But they actually went ahead and refunded it and said I could keep it. So I ended up with a free broken Arcade Stick Pro. And I ended up cracking it open.
Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher. Okay. Thank you. Rocket launcher.
So I thought that was pretty awesome. But then in the time I found out, no, man, I really want that rocket launcher. I found out that Unico brought back the MVSX, and if you don't know what the MVSX is, It is a 3/4 scale Neo Geo system. So think of it as like a Neo Geo Arcade 1-up, basically. But it is much higher quality, and I will be talking about the poor life decisions I made here sooner, or sooner than later. Um, yeah, Unico makes the Nova Blast Candy Cab. They came out. They brought it back. It was released 5, 6 years ago. Ooh. Yeah, so it was released like 5, 6 years ago. This is a good spot. I'm gonna take advantage of the save states um, this time around,
Mission complete.
and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, oh, I want one, and because like one of the things I said was, I'm like,
Start.
I want like I always wanted a Neo Geo MVS, like a big red. Like it's one of the best arcade cabinets ever made. And ooh, platforming.
Thank you.
Well, how do I get up there though?
Heavy machine gun.
Getting a little donkey Kong here.
Come on, boy. Metal Slug. Heavy machine gun. You're home to mommy. You're home to mommy. Come on, boy. See you in hell.
Oops.
Thank you. Rocket launcher. Thank you. Run. Okay.
What an amazing game. Yeah, I heard about that, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do this. And I figured, like, well, I did just get a free Arcade Stick Pro, so it's not like I spent the money on that. Maybe. Maybe I should get an MVSX, because my argument here was I missed them the first time around. They've been discontinued for a few years. Like I said, the MVSX came out like 5-6 years ago, and yeah, they've been gone for like two. I think probably more like 3 years at this point. Maybe 2. You just don't see very much stuff. If you go on YouTube and you look for information, oh hey, Kazilana, yeah, you can play this. It's available on a lot of different consoles. It's Metal Slug, pretty famous. I'm playing this on a console, kind of a console. It's the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. That has like 40 different Neo Geo games on it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Sorry, I didn't see the chat. I was too focused on the game. But yeah, I do play a lot of other games. This is the first time I played Metal Slug on the channel. And like I was saying with the MVSX, play that has like 50 different games. It's a fighting heavy system. I mean, it's Neo Geo, so that's to be expected. And yeah, I decided to get one of those, and that arrived this week. So I've been getting my little arcade area set up and kind of messing with that. But I wasn't able to I'm not able to stream from it. I'm obviously not going to mod it, but this I can plug right into the capture card, and there we go. So let's
Metal
yes.
mission 3. Start.
I'm glad it's giving me the save option to keep going. I feel like I am. Oh, well, I did. Feel like I was making some progress. You know, I've never really played the Resident Evil games. I think that there was one I played a little bit of back in the day. I don't remember what it was.
Heavy machine gun.
I did not do good here. Come on, man. Yeah, this was one I wanted to kind of save it for doing like a whole series of Metal Slug retrospective. Just play all of the games, or at least, you know, the Neo Geo MVS ones. God, the animation is this is just so cool. Yeah, oh my god. All right. Well, I'm messing up here, but let's just to go back and kind of check things out. What we got on this, cuz it's a uh you know, joystick and a console. Um so I'm using it as as a console now. Yeah, let's play. It's Friday night bowling league. Let's go. No thanks, Cozy Lana. Not interested in any artwork or anything. I only want real engagement. I love this bowling game. I don't know why. It's just so much fun. I have no idea what's going on. Like, that wasn't good. Ah, takes a bit of getting the hang of it. There we go. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna get the the Hilo hack for this, and I kind of had it going, but I got busy. I lost track of it, and so I'll get back around to that, and then I'll do a video on the Hilo hack on the Arcade Stick Pro. The MVSX, I'm gonna do. I got that this weekend. Oh man, it's so cool! It is so cool. If you like Neo Geo, it's like the best way to play them. It is like it's all fighting games, and that's a downside. I don't mind. I mean, if you're a Neo Geo fan and you're a fan of the MVSX, I mean, like it's got like fighting games are on there. You know, that's it. That was their bread and butter. Um, but it was kind of sad to not see more shooters too. Um, but with the Hilo hack, you can have the entire Neo Geo library on there. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. But I know there were some issues with keeping that running. It's a little harder to come by these days than it used to be. And I'm not sure if it will work on the firmware that is on my MVSX. I know it's still basically the same machine, but it looks like the firmware is like a newer version than what I've seen people that have done the hack on YouTube do. So it's like it's at 2.2 for me. And most of the ones I've seen have been 1.6, that sort of thing. So I'll have to double check that before I do it. But yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I would love to be playing on that right now, but like trying to stream from like my phone, it, like wasn't coming out good, and it was just too much of a pain in the butt. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna set this up. I want to play some Neo Geo. So we're gonna use the stick, and plus it's nice to come back to this and do it, because in my review I am gonna be going over like the difference between the Arcade Stick Pro controls and buttons and the MVSX controls and buttons, and just here playing this, you know, like the big difference is the MVSX is I have no idea what I just did, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. Um, so it, you know, shit. It's the MVSX is replicating the American Neo Geo cabinet, and the Arcade Stick Pro is definitely more Japanese. I mean, like it's sold in the American market, but like all the ROMs are Japanese on here. So I'm gonna have to put the Hilo hack on it if I want to play stuff in English. Which is like, yeah, I could emulate it on anything else. I could use this as a joystick too, but you know, I think being able to use this just as its own thing, and also seeing how it performs with like the English ROMs would be really cool. I really like this joystick, honestly. It feels really good. and the buttons feel really good, but it's also it's Japanese style. It's like you have like the more flat top buttons. You have the ball top joystick. It's a little shorter. The MVSX has a concave buttons and a bat top joystick. You know, in the American style, which the original cabinets have those. And it's funny. I was like watching YouTube videos and I'm seeing like 'cause the MVSX was also available in Japan, and so I'm seeing videos of Japanese guys, big Neo Geo fans and everything, you know, getting the MVSX and be like, and the first thing they do is go like, oh these, you know, these levers are weird. Talking about the joysticks because the bat top is so different, and I found that uh, hilarious, you know, because it is a very different feel, and it's kind of in America. I think we're a little more used to both styles. You know, just the nature of our arcades. I was gonna get that. Oh man, that's a lot more strikes. We still did shit. Yeah, and like a lot of times, the first thing they do is replace the bat top with the ball top, so it would feel right. And it definitely, like, depending on how you like are used to holding the joystick, it's going to be a big difference. But I just thought that was awesome. I thought it was like just a really cool thing to see. Going like, oh, this is weird with the bat top, and I'm like, does it really make that much of a difference? I mean, like, I don't know, because like we had Donkey Kong, we had Pac-Man, we had Galaga, you know, all these, like, I think I'm probably more used to a ball top than I am a bat top. I mean, like, when I think of like what had the bat top, I'm thinking, well, the Neo Geo definitely did, Mortal Kombat did, NBA Jam did, like Midway, you know, but like even like Defender from like Williams back in the day, that had a ball top. Um, I'm like, really, like, I don't know. Most of the games I played they had the ball top. I think that was more common. We go back and we look at like the Atari 2600 joystick, which was what a lot of us, you know, first experienced on. Like that was, you know, more like a bat top, I guess, because it was literally just a stick and without like any sort of top, you know. Um, so I think because of that variety, I don't think it messes with us as much. It doesn't seem as weird whether it's one or the other. I mean, like bat tops do seem like a bit of a novelty to me versus ball tops, which I think are like the default. When I think of like an arcade joystick, I always think of a ball top, you know, more than a bat top. Bat tops are very specific, very like almost like specialized. I don't even think of them as like the American style, but I'm gonna have to do some research and see where that came from because that's kind of interesting to me. Um, but yeah, the buttons and the stick on here feel better. It's higher quality, but then like this unit is literally just a joystick. This is just a fight stick. And it's like pretty premium, um, like high quality. The MVSX is also high quality, and you'll have to see more of my review. But yeah, the stick and the buttons don't feel as good. They don't feel bad at all. but not as good as this. So they're definitely better than like any other like 3/4 scale home arcade thing I've seen out there. Better than the 1-ups. That's for sure. And yeah, a really really good job with it. It does have its downsides. I'm looking at it across the room right now, and my God, I want to play. I want to play the fighting games, the SNK games. On that. Oh man, I want to research a Hilo hack for the 2.2 firmware or whatever. But yeah, I get this thing yesterday. I got the MVSX. I set it up, and I'm really looking forward to like the light up marquee and everything. And I turn it on, no light up marquee, no marquee lights. I'm like, what the hell? Because I just got the Arcade Stick Pro here, and one of the buttons didn't work right away. Like it was just out of the box. The button didn't work. It was a simple fix. So that's awesome. Like, hey, free arcade stick. That I really really like. But you know, there's a lot different, and this would have been easy for me to return. You know, the MVSX, not quite as easy because the thing is big. Yeah, and I'm not just talking about like the base, but like the unit itself is big, and it comes in like huge boxes. Uh, so returning that would have been a massive pain in the butt, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to contact warranty support. I'm not even gonna mess with like the seller on Amazon or whatever. Um, I'm just gonna see if I can get the thing, get their a replacement part and fix it. But I'm like, is this an issue? Has this been an issue with other ones? And I go look it up, and I see somebody got one a couple years ago, and it was about like 3 years ago. So it was probably like at the end of that first run. You know, like some of the last original stock of it or whatever. And he said, yeah, I got it. It didn't work. I opened up the back, and like the light just wasn't in the marquee. It was just sitting down there. And I opened the back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look at this. I thought to fix it, to do anything, I was gonna have to take the side panel off. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to like disassemble that machine like I'm gonna mod it. No, but popping the back off, taking a look, I can do that. That's all right, you know. And so I popped the back off, and sure enough, just sitting down there, right at the bottom, right at the back, is the lights for the marquee and the back panel for it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, let's make sure that this actually. I turn it on, boom, lights right up. I'm like, okay, well, there we go. So I put it in, and it works, and you know, it looks great. And I'm like, hell yeah, ready to go. And yeah, I can't wait to play it. I played it a little bit last night. I was really having fun with the fighting games, and I was having more fun on there than on here because it's in English. Oh my God, I can't believe I got that spare. That was awesome. But yeah, one thing I've learned is I really need to learn the special moves. How to do them. Oh, just not enough. Yeah, I was someone. I'm like, man, if I get another arcade cabinet, it's gonna be a nice one. I'm not getting any more like of the toys, like the arcade one ups or the basic funds like that. I was thinking like if Basic Fun or the Arcade One Up branding, whatever they're doing, if they come out with a Tron cabinet, if they bring that back, I'll make an exception there. If Discs of Tron is on there, I will get that cap. But because I do wish I had that first time around. Because Discs of Tron is my favorite game of all time, I think. And oh man, but I'm like, no, I would get the thing I really want is Glenn's Retro Show's FU cab, or like a candy cab. We're talking like a Velix, and then just for space. But then I'd be going down this whole other thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have room for arcade cabinets. I barely had room for the uh, VSX. So no more unless something goes, right? That's basically the rule. And right now, I'm not willing to get rid of any of the ones that I have. I've got a good thing going. It's all set up. I'm happy with that at this point. But I did say one of the exceptions I would make for like a real arcade cabinet would be like if I could find a 3/4 scale Neo Geo MVS, like the big red bits have been not so big. Yeah, and they made those. They were like 1 or 2 slot models. They were 3/4 size arcade cabinet. This is a real Neo Geo MVS. And it was the size of an arcade one up, and it's really fucking cool. And I know an arcade that has one, and I'm like, and they are rare, they are hard to find, and they are pretty expensive when you do find them, I think. And or not in good shape, and I can't be restoring something. But like I'm like that I would have room for. I have room for a 3/4 cabinet. I could deal with that. A full size one, not so much. And then I find out like the MVSX is back, and I'm just like, God damn it! Okay, I'm getting this. Why not? A little as a little treat for all the quality content I've been bringing to the world, and it's really cool. It looks great, and I really like it. But it's like they Unico did a really great job with it, and I can't wait to like do the video on that and show you guys like all the ins and outs of the MVSX. It's just for what it is. And that's the thing with like home arcades. It's like what you have to think of like what is it? Who's it made for? And like the Arcade Stick Pro. This is made for people who love Neo Geo, who love fighting games, and just to have. I did that. A quality joystick to like a premium experience playing them. But it clearly wasn't meant for us Americans. Yeah. Oh, hey, Quarter Pumper, welcome. Capcom Mini Cute Candy. Oh man, yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt big time. Oh god. Well, I I think back and thankfully, like I think of the time when I was a kid and I used to go to like one of my favorite arcades is the Gold Mine in a mall near me, and they always had games for sale. They always had like games for sale, and you know this is like in the mid to late '90s. They had like classics, and it's like, you know, maybe I could have bought some. I mean, like I had like a tiny crappy car, so I don't know how I'd get them anywhere. Um, if I did get them, um, and I had to save money, but they were like, you know, they're selling things like Golden Axe, $300. You know, I think like you could have got like a Sega Time Traveler for like, you know, $400, $500, something like that. I mean, I don't think it really worked, but still, just to have that, I God, my God, it was huge though. uh, they never had a Neo Geo for sale, unfortunately. Uh, that would have been sweet. Oh, but oh man, yeah, those Capcom mini keys are cool. I I love candy cabs. I don't have the nostalgia for them like I do the American ones, but God, they're just awesome, awesome, awesome. And and in a way, like they're still like I didn't have candy cabs growing up, but like when I sit at like an Astro City or like a Blast City, you know, like it still has a nostalgic feel to it, even though like it wasn't until much later in life when I got to experience one. Uh, but they're just nice. They're just comfortable. You know, there was a time where I would have like poo pooed like the smaller ones, not like him, but like the MVSX, or not the MVSX, but like the 3/4 the MVS Neo Geo. We were like, it is like you can't stand at that machine. It's too small. It's like you have to sit down if you're gonna play it. It's got the MVSX on the stand. It's the same size, but like the difference they made, you can either sit at it or you can stand up. You still have like good viewing angles on it. So that's an interesting difference I noticed between the two. But there was a time where I would have been like, no man, I want big red. I want the real big red. Like, give me like a 4, give me a 6 slot Neo Geo. Now it's like, no man, nah. Just being able to like have like a nice comfortable stool, small one, or like a chair where you just like sitting normally and playing. That's like the best thing in the world. Yeah, way more comfortable than the upright US cabs. And yeah, that is another like I just think like the fascinating thing about like the difference in arcade cultures between America and Japan, and how both of them were out to just, you know, steal as much money from kids as possible, but like with two very different philosophies. You know, like the Japanese one was come, sit down, stay a while, play these games, master these games, get good. Really, we're gonna provide you with a challenge that you are going to have to spend time doing, and so and they made it comfortable to be a place where you could do that. Like, come in and sit down. Whereas, like in America, I think the philosophy was, we want you, and I think this is probably the same in maybe not quite as much in Japan, but I know for a fact that like with American arcade games, the idea was every 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, you or preferably sooner, you should be putting a new quarter in. And so I think part of the stand up was to keep people moving, to keep them dropping quarters in different machines and circling through the arcade, going to maximize profits that way. And I don't know, like that was how much was influenced by the companies and how much was influenced by the operators. That's a really fascinating thing to think about. Just I think it's cool. I geek out on that sort of stuff. But yeah, like you play Defender, and it's like, oh, holy shit, it beats the hell out of you. And you could master them, but like, yeah, it's gonna take a lot. And yeah, big thing. Yeah, put quarters into this washing machine. Hey, we know you've got quarters. Put them in too. We've got Pac-Man here. We've got Galaga. Every uh, laundromat or where I go, like laundromats would always have a couple. Yeah, you'd see Galaga, but like Pac-Man, and I think the other most common one I'd see was pole position, and that was just everywhere until all of a sudden one day it wasn't. Like sometime, yeah, around 88, 89, all of a sudden just quit seeing pole position games. But like from like that time when did the first one came out? Was that 82 or 83? And definitely from like 84 on. 80, but it was like a solid 4 years. It was like where I grew up, pole position was just everywhere. Um, and that's a funny one because for the longest time, I associate it with Atari because I think they did the American distribution of it, but it was, it was a Namco Games. It was a Japanese game, but I think it was distributed in America by Atari. Could be wrong with that. Could be mixing that up. It's kind of the same thing that happened with Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, and Midway. Yeah, so uh, Bandai, or well, Namco back then, Bandai Namco now, but yeah, that distributed here differently. Where are they going? But yeah, it was more like, yeah, but you know what? Like, I agree with that because once Outrun came out, like, why do you want to play anything else? It's so good. But it wasn't that I saw those pole position calves being replaced with Outrun. They were just gone in places that they were. Yeah, like, and I mean, some of that could have been they were just aging out. They weren't doing as much, but yeah, I definitely think like places where they were, Outrun Outrun wiped them out. Because yeah, God, that was just such a. I mean, pole position was like a mind blowing racing game when you first saw it. Like, just I mean, nothing else. The the explosion when you crash, I still think that looks amazing to this day. I think that crash explosion animation just really holds up. Oh no turkey, no turkey for us today. Um, but yeah, Outrun. It was, oh my god. Well, I know for a while. Then after Outrun, you start seeing a lot of just since it was hard driving, hard racing. I think it was hard driving was the first one, the Atari, where it was like the simulator, and that would like with those just really bad polygons, and it did not hold up. But like my God, at the time, it was just like holy shit. I think a lot of that was just like the cabinet, which was really cool because it was like a simulator. But God, when I think of like the money I wasted on that, which definitely wasn't as much as other games, but still like, oh man, it still just really bugs me considering there's like 15 minutes of gameplay. It's like at least with like something like Smash TV at that time, I knew I was getting squeaky. I knew they were stealing my money. Yeah. Well, at least I got two. Yeah, I don't think like one that was a racing game, again. It didn't replace it in like a lot of the places that had like pole position, which like I didn't really see in arcades. You know, like Outrun I'd see in arcades. At Dairy Queen. A lot of like Sega racing games and Dairy Queens. Like now I think about it, because that was like where I saw Turbo, was in a Dairy Queen, and then they had Afterburner and Outrun there. So like that Dairy Queen really liked Sega arcade games. I don't, Sega was the king, but it's just kind of funny to think about. Yeah, now looking back, like stuff that I didn't even realize back then. Um, like how much I think the Atari brand probably like moved stuff, just like we're the American video game company. Um, I think we kind of like underestimate that impact with a lot of like the Atari arcade games, and kind of how well they did. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're all competing against each other, and um, what's the game? Oh god, I did a video on it. I'm trying to remember the name. Road Riot 4x4. That was like another Atari game. Uh, in back in the day, it was yeah. This was, oh god, when was it? 94. Yeah, I had a video on the channel. I can't remember it right now. I'm like, sun's gone down. I've lost 30 IQ points. It's but I remember it, and it was. I remember playing that in like the lobby of like a Hills department store, and that was like, and then I did see it at like the local independent like mall arcade had one for a while. Um, I think they might have the fancier one than what Hills had, but you know, it would, like it was when like kind of hot on the heels of Narc and Pit Fighter, when like it was they're doing the digitized graphics and everything, like the photorealism, very much like the same technology that was Pit Fighter, but like let's put it in a racing game. And like even like the victory screens were done like in the same style as like the Pit Fighter win screens, and all that. So like that kind of like digitize everything, and it was a fun game. Like you could shoot like other cars with it and slow them down, and it wasn't a great game at all. It was like it's actually like just it wasn't bad. It was just really mid. Like Pit Fighter, I think is like kind of like a bad game, but it was really fun. I'm still working on part two of Video Power. Like it's it's been a while, and like the longer it goes, the more pressure. I'm like I really have to do Johnny Arcade justice and do all that. A lot of like cool trivia about that, and I'm trying to dig up some more information. That like I yeah, like Road Riot 4x4. It's one of the like it's kind of forgotten, and it's the sort of like game that was just kind of mid. Like you get that cabinet, somebody's gonna like this is the one that would be most likely to get a conversion kit to another game, and this is the one that somebody's gonna get it and like do something with, right, and not keep it as like a Road Riot game. I saw YouTube that was like, a guy had one, and it was in like really great shape. And it turned out it was a kit. It was originally a paperboy cabinet. This somebody like converted into Road Riot back in the day, like the distributor, and it's just kind of like, oh. And he was saying like people would be like, well, why don't you could convert it back to a paperboy. He's like, yeah, you know how much that's going to cost? How much like the handlebars go for? You know, like this stuff is like really hard to find. It's like a popular thing, and like games like Road Riot, they deserve preservation too. And like when they did that conversion, they did a good job with it. Like they put care into the cat. It wasn't just like slapping it on. I remember seeing some back in the day where yeah, it would just be 4 layers of cider. Like, well, let's just paint black over it, you know. Or they wouldn't even do that, or like you'd still see the old side art on it. Maybe they change like the marquee and that'd be it. Uh, like be like what's with this weird control panel kind of thing. And but yeah, Road Riot's worth preserving too, just like any other game. And yeah, that's kind of how I'm like approaching the video power stuff. And like part two, because it's kind of weird like how nobody remembers it as much. Like I mean those of us that do remember it and love it, but like when I started researching, I had almost completely forgotten about season one. And like I remember watching those cartoons. I remember going, who the hell is this tomato guy? But then it's like it was just like, whoa, I completely forgot about that. I'm like, I need to know the history of this, where it went from being what it was to the game show. And then like, you know, like Terry, the announcer, and this is like some of that cool trivia. He was like Mr. Like I'm announcing like the Nintendo championships. Like he was the coked up host of the Wizard. Not really. I mean like that was an actor. But like before Video Power, that was Terry's gig. And so it's kind of like it's crazy to think about that. I'm like trying to find like more stuff about that, and like it's hard to find. I think what I do know and what I do remember is still pretty good, but like the more I can find, like the better. Because it was just a fun show. I really want like the. I haven't found like as many behind the scenes stories as I want to find on it, like specifically because I think it was rigged. Yes, I'm here questioning just how legitimate the scoring Video Power was because they weren't transparent about it at all. Yeah, it was like, especially when they were playing games. That hell yeah, rolling up the sleeves of our blazers. Hell yeah, yeah. But yeah, they were like they'd have the games where it wasn't uh there wasn't a score to go by, and it was like kind of like, well, how far do you get in the game? And then there was times where it seemed like even like with the score, like somebody who would be further have a lower score, but they were like taking like how deep in the game you got into account. So it wasn't just like racking up the most points. It was like, are you getting to like level 2? Are you outscoring the person on like level 1, or are you making it like halfway through level 2 and still like, you know, not having a third of the points or whatever in some games. There's weird stuff like that. I want to know how the judging went, and I haven't been able to find anybody that can answer these questions or like knows or even cares. It's like, what, dude, like it was a commercial. It's a commercial for Acclaim. Not as bad as as season 1 was. Where it acclaims characters basically, but God, yeah, it's dude. I would love to find original contestants. I found that one write up about it. Who like I think it was from like 2014 or maybe even earlier when this write up was. This will be in the video. Spoiler alert. We were talking about yeah. I was on Video Power and like there had the the cage. So this would have been like early on to in that season 2 when it became the game show because they had like the cage area and like you'll see like the evolution over the show of like how it's they didn't know what the hell they were doing first and then it started taking like a little more shape and watching like it kind of go from like this amorphous idea of what Johnny Arcade was supposed to be and then like from like the original season 1 and then kind of turning it into no he's just this guy and then it's like well now okay no it's an actual game show now but then they had this like cage area where they had the kids. Yeah, and he was saying like there's some kid back there that like just pissed all over the place and like it almost got on Johnny Arcade or something like that. There's an incident with a kid pissing all over the cage area, and that's probably when they were like, okay, let's stop that, and then they went to just the audience and you quit seeing the cage less, but you can tell like when these were shot. So like there's even stuff and these are harder to come by. They're out there and God, I hope I still have them downloaded somewhere. I was trying to archive it. I'm not sure if like the download failed or not because it's like so much video to go through for part 2. This is the other reason I've been procrastinating. um, yeah, you'll see they had segments that were clearly shot and meant to be for season 1 showing up in like the game show part in like the early episodes where it was almost like technically there was 2 seasons but it was almost like there was like a third where there was like the first season of the game show while they were still getting the format dialed in to then like okay we've got this now boom and then here's the rest of the show and then just like that it just stopped as abruptly as it began and it lives on in our hearts. Lives on in my heart. The Johnny Arcade was a big inspiration of why this is Johnny Joystick. Like a little bit of a tribute to. I mean, hell, look at the logo there on the screen as a Video Power tribute too. I'm a lot more low energy than Johnny Arcade. So I thought that would be like the funny thing, like the polar opposite. Like, oh yeah. I'm here and I'm old. Let's play some video games. Fucking kids these days, I swear they got wooden ears. All right, whoops. Let me go. There we go. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. Like I said, and this is definitely a drawback, and I'll have to figure out the right thing that works for me to get around it. But God, I wish the joystick part was wireless. Like I take that for granted so much, and I totally was not thinking about that when I got this. I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna sit on the couch and I'm gonna play You know, like Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves on Steam on the TV with my Neo Geo fight stick. Hey, thanks, Quarter Pumper. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being in the chat. Always a good time. Yeah, I hope to see you next time. Take care. Have a great night. Yeah, just to finish my little ramble, I'm like, yeah, I thought I'd be able to sit on the couch and just play this. I'm like, I need a longer USB cord. Now it's like, oh man, now I'm stuck with the USB cord. I completely have taken like all the wireless stuff for granted. But yeah, oh god, this is a nice little joystick though. That's not little. God, the thing's freaking huge. I'm like, well, I don't even know where to put it when it's not in use. So I have it here, like my capture setup, and that's why we are live from the ASP tonight. Just like the easiest thing to set up and go. Oh, all right. You know what? I'm gonna do one more. Let's do real about special. It's a fight stick. Friday night fights. See how far I can get on one credit.
How's it going, dude? And let's begin. Choose your favorite character.
Yeah, we're going with mine. No, we're not. We gotta go with Terry Bogard.
Is bad. Be tough or be dead, big guy. Ready? Go. Let's party! Round one. Fight! Come on, win!
I don't like the diamond setup on this. I should change it, but I'm not going to. Come on. Ooh. Yeah, on my merch store, I've got some Terry Bogard inspired gear. It's a trucker hat that says "Honk if you love tits," which I think is Terry Bogard should get a new one to go with his new look, his new more mature look. But like, bring back the iconic hat and just you know, let everybody know that you love tits. I really like the design. Okay. I'm gonna do a King of Fighters one too. It's not up, but yeah, I think I'll do a King of Fighters. I'm not good enough to get the ring outs on this anymore.
Next battle versus Slug, Japan. Let's party! Round one. Fight!
Like I kind of, you know, for where I'm at in my skill level in this, which is like nothing, I feel like I'm doing good to get to this point. I'm like a child that moved in, just wandered into a movie theater, you know. That's my skill level in fighting games at this point. But I feel like this is just gonna all of a sudden like ramp the difficulty up on me and just give me the squeaky ride from hell at some point. Woo! Oh shit, he's on my... He sees my wily ways. Oh fuck. I didn't know Billy Conn did the Howard Dean scream. That's what it sounds like. Blah! I'm Billy Conn. I'm going to London, and then I'm going to Manchester, and then I'm going to America, and we're going to go all the way to Southtown. Pia! Come on. No! Oh, shit. Ah. Oh, that Billy Conn. I'm gonna give it another shot. Come on. Damn. Shit. There we go. Come on. Ah. Oh, not so good. Ah. All right. All right, announcer guy. But we're gonna pick Mai this time. We're gonna go out on a high note. Nice, we got the environmental damage. Oof. I guess this is the point where that difficulty gets ratchet. I just my skills or lack of really. All right. Whew. Yeah, I think this is a good place to call it tonight. Thanks everybody for being here and watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. I did play some games with you, and I'm looking forward to doing more. But yeah, we have the video power part 2 is on the horizon, and I want to do the a really good MSVX review that's really needed, considering most of this stuff is like 5-6 years old out there now. A new one for 2026, and where I'm gonna compare it to the 3/4 scale MVS cabinet, to the Arcade Stick Pro. Show you guys all that stuff. Really go through what it has to offer and everything, and yeah, those are gonna take some time. 'cause I want to put it on. So hopefully I'll be doing more live streams, maybe less game playthroughs. We'll see about that. I was hoping to like just have a regular video up today, um, but because of how the week went, that didn't happen. So I'm here doing a live stream with you on Friday night, which is I enjoy. And I'm glad you guys could be here with me. And until next time, take care. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Say hi in the comments. And follow me on X, Johnny Joystick. Say hi over there. Let's keep talking. Let's talk Neo Geo on X. Because I'm so pumped. I'm in a Neo Geo. I'm in my Neo Geo era right now, as the kids would say.